Welcome into the National Basketball Performance Centre here in Manchester. We've got some Premier Division action for you today as the Manchester Revolution take on the Reading Rockets in just a few seconds' time. Kaz Bullock here alongside Ishinaya with you on the Focus Hoops YouTube channel as we get ready to tip off. So both teams coming into this game looking for their first win of the season in the Premier Division. Manchester, having played one game so far, had a 1-point loss to the Jaguars on the buzzer, 67-66 a couple of weeks ago. Martin Edwards led the way in that game, 19 points, 11 rebounds and 8 assists. And Tyler Baines, 16 points, 12 rebounds and 6 assists. And for the Reading Rockets, they are sitting at 0-4. They played last week against the London Titans. The Titans coming out on top in that one. Dan Smith off the bench with 8 points and 3 rebounds. And as teams come out onto court, it will be Reading playing in black and Manchester in yellow. So starting for the Rockets, it will be Maddie Martin, Reece Barker, Ronnie Castles, Tom Tobin, and Tom Elliott-Smith. And for the Revolution, Elliot Hardman, Robin Love, Martin Edwards, Tyler Baines, and Abdi Jammer. So Isha, teams looking for their first win of the season. It's going to be a good one today.
Freezing cold here at the Bellevue. But yeah, no, it'll be good. I mean, as I said, neither teams have managed to find a win yet today. I mean, in this league yet, this season, so all's to play for.
Manchester with just that first game against the Jaguars a couple of weeks ago. The Rockets playing in their 5th game of the season so far. And a bit of turnaround on this Rockets team this season, but they have retained their leading scorer, Reece Barker. He's 15.5 points per game for the Rockets, and he's been really big for them so far, so certainly someone to look out for on the floor. And he'll be taking the tip against new signing for the Revolution, Elliot Hardman, making the move over from the London Titans last season. So as we get ready for tip-off, ball's up and we're underway, and first possession will go to the Rockets. As Cassels will set things up here for Reading. Cassels against Love, drops it inside, and Elliott-Smith will get things started for the Rockets. And Reading coming into this averaging just under 44 points a game. Manchester putting up 66 against the Jaguars. As Baines over to Edwards. Edwards, tough shot, banks it in, and we're tied at 2-2 here in the first minute.
Yeah, both teams getting off the mark relatively quickly here. I mean, first possession for both teams, they scored off the first one, so we could be in for a really high scoring game here.
Tobin over to Barker. Back to Tobin. Elliott-Smith with 4 seconds on the clock. And shot spins out, ball's tipped. Edwards and Tobin fighting for the jump ball. And it will be Manchester possession. And Martin Edwards last season for the Revolution, 19.4 points, 9.8 rebounds and 9.4 assists. Led the league in assists per game last season. He's such an all-round player, and every time he's out on the court for the Revolution, you know you're going to get an absolutely epic performance from him.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's great to have a player who can just be a threat from everywhere as well. Because I mean, yes, if you leave him open, he could shoot, but then if you're not contesting enough, he could just buy and facilitate another player.
That's it. If he's not scoring, he's going to find his teammates, and like you say, it makes them so dangerous. And
yeah.
the Revolution as well, a lot of scoring out there on the floor for the Revolution. Robin Love Also returning for the Revolution, the 3-time Paralympian Robin Love, joining the team last year alongside Abdi Jama and Laurie Williams. Now as the Rockets get the ball in. Elliott Smith to Castles. Castles under pressure from Jama. Doesn't get it to go, but that's the defense and the pressure that Abdi Jama puts on. Makes it really difficult for players to get the shot that they want. Great pass inside to Baines from Love. And Manchester take a 2-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, great pass from Love over there, but also great cut from Baines just to be able to get that one out.
Barker against Jama. Tobin lines up the long two, it's short. And Baines racing down the court, all alone, will scoop it in for two. And that's something we see Tyler Baines do really well. He's always racing out into transition, gets down the floor really fast, and he's always ready for that pass.
Yeah, and those are the quick ones that are going to make, well, once they like totaled up throughout the game, they're the ones that are going to really make the difference.
And Baines with a block inside as the Revolution get the ball back. And long pass over to Baines. What a catch! Can't finish, but it's tipped. Great awareness there from Love to get the ball back in the hands of the Revolution. As Edwards, with 5 seconds, puts it up, doesn't go. Tobin will set things up here for the Rockets. Barker over Jama, doesn't get it to drop. And Edwards back down the floor for the Revolution. It's a 4-point Manchester lead here. It's over 6.5 minutes to play. Jama from the foul line and doesn't go. Baines is there for the rebound, cleaning up the glass and putting it back in.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler Baines, 6 points already. What a start he's been. Oh my God, his can't speak. What a start he's had.
He's been fantastic. And also that look from Jama at the foul line. That's the look that he likes to get, that mid-range shot.
Yeah, it is. And if they keep leaving him open, he's going to start sinking them soon. So definitely dangerous for him to be open there.
As Barker, reverse doesn't go, gets his own rebound, will finish on the second chance. Reece Barker putting up 15.5 points per game for the Rockets so far this season, along with 8.5 rebounds. Oh, Love to Hardman, doesn't get it to drop, but again, Robin Love just knows instinctively where her teammates are, has such fantastic court vision as Hardman puts in 2 for the Revolution.
Yeah, that one was definitely going on the almost highlight reel. What a pass.
Love with 6 assists against the Jaguars last time out. As Tobin has Castles. Tobin against Edwards. Time running down, has to put something up. Doesn't get it to go at the buzzer.
Yeah, great defense from the Revs there, just to force that shot just right at the end of the shot clock.
Love over to Edwards. Jama. Good ball movement here from Manchester. As Love working round the outside, puts it up. Spins off the rim.
Yeah, the Revs have had some really good looks at the basket so far.
Barker. Elliott Smith under the basket, turns and spins, gets the roll. And it's a 4-point Manchester lead. Edwards. Back to Jama. Baines cutting to the basket once again, leaves it short. And what a save there from Barker, though. I think that's just going to be, he was just on the line.
Yeah, he's unlucky not to get that one, but just doing anything that he can for his team, but already putting his body on the line.
Definitely. So a timeout called here in the first quarter. 10-6 the Revolution lead over the Rockets. Manchester having been led by 6 points from Tyler Baines. And Tom Elliott Smith with 4 points for the Rockets. Anisha. So Manchester, having played last a couple of weekends ago, it was a 1-point loss on the buzzer. That's obviously a really a tough loss, isn't it? So they're certainly going to be coming out as strong as we've seen them. They're going to want to get themselves back in the win column.
Yeah, I definitely want to bounce back from that, because I mean, them ones are so annoying. I mean, had the lead, literally had it just literally right this last second to snatch from them. So definitely they'll want to be carrying that sort of, not momentum, I mean maybe momentum, but kind of having that loss in the back of their minds coming into this game. So,
and for the Rockets, also coming off a loss against the Titans, they've had a bit of a roster shuffle this season. Some players new to the team. They are without Dan Smith today. He had a big game against the London Titans last weekend, and Dan Smith making the move over from Plymouth Fusion, where he played last season. But the Rockets certainly have the players out there. They have the scoring threats out there, and really a tough team to come up against. So teams back out onto the court. And it is a Revolution possession. Edwards using the screen from Baines, sinks it.
yeah, I mean, that was a perfect shot. That definitely could have heard that swish sound.
And an offensive foul called goes against the Rockets. So Manchester will get the ball back here. As the Revolution with a 6-point lead. And Jammer will take it from the sideline. Edwards. Again, same spot, same result. Martin Edwards, back-to-back buckets for the Revolution.
Yeah, he's got the hot hand at the minute. I mean, the Rockets won't want to let him keep getting those looks at the basket, because if they do, that rev score is going to go up a lot.
Rockets looking to respond here. Barker on the baseline, drops it inside to Martin, doesn't get it to go. As Jammer needs some help. Edwards is there, but Martin picks off the ball and comes up with possession. Cassell's against Jammer on the baseline. Elliott Smith, round to Tobin. And great hands there from Jammer, knocks the ball away. And it's a 2-on-1 break here as Hardman has Baines, and Baines fouled on the shot. So Tyler Baines going to go to the line here for 2. But just as we said before, Isha, it's Tyler Baines racing down the court.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much practically every time there's been a fast break, he's been at the other end of it. I mean, he's sunk the majority of them, but now, I mean, the Rockets obviously couldn't get there in time, and they've also drawn the foul.
So 2 shots to come here for Baines. As first doesn't go. And second won't. Rebound Rockets. Barker. So we'll see Ben Triglia-Poulton into the game for the first time for Reading. Barker, 5 seconds. Trying to find a path to the basket on the baseline. Too much on it. As Jammer takes the rebound. Edwards. Back to Jammer. Jammer with space from the foul line. Gets the bounce. And Abdi Jammer gets himself on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I mean, we said that's a shot that you don't want to let him get off, and there you go, he sunk it. So.
And Jammer, a player that really scores in bursts as well. He has that great mid-range shot, but also watch for him cutting underneath the basket, because he finds those paths, doesn't he? He finds the spaces in the defense.
Yeah, definitely one of them players where you can't take your eyes off him, because, as he said, he could either be in that mid-range hanging around outside 3-point line, or he could be cutting underneath the basket.
And he pops out of nowhere as well. He's like, I'm going to grab this rebound. As Tobin against Kavanagh. Has to pass out of it, Barker. And you can see the defense from Manchester, but Rockets getting another chance here as Hardman picks off the pass. Edwards over to Baines. Back to Edwards, and Edwards works his way inside. That's a great move there from Martin Edwards.
Yeah, getting it on both ends, putting on that pressure to force that miss at the other end, then sinks the shot at the next possession.
Manchester stretch the lead up to 12 here. Lascelles over to Tobin. Barker, and fouls called on the floor. Oh, fouls on the shot, so we got 2 free throws to come here. So Rockets with a chance to cut into this lead. Fouls on Kavanagh for Manchester, his first. So Reece Barker here at the line for the Rockets. Rockets also the assistant coach of the Division 2 Rockets, sharing his experience throughout the club. First is good. Player that played for the Thames Valley Kings previously, and returning for the Rockets this season. Seconds, good as well. 2 of 2 from the line, and Barker's up to 4. Cuts the lead down to 10. Kavanagh over to Jammer. Jammer long 2, banks it in! And the bank is open for Abdi Jammer today.
Yeah, big bucket from him, and we literally only just were speaking about that. I mean, you can just think it from anywhere.
He scores in bursts as well. Barker using the screen, answers for the Rockets.
Yeah, anything you can do, I can do better.
Final minute of the first quarter. Edwards to Jammer. Back to Edwards, has space, shots up. Doesn't go, but Baines again there for the rebound, and Tyler Baines cleaning up the glass. There's a 1 second difference between the shot and game clock here. Rockets can hold it for the last possession. Barker over Jammer, doesn't get it to drop. Hardman has it with 6 seconds. Over to Edwards, good hands there from Elliott Smith to knock the ball away. Edwards has to launch at the buzzer. That didn't look too far off.
Yeah, it's very straight, just not enough power. But.
So at the end of the first quarter, it's a 22-10 lead for the Manchester Revolution over the Reading Rockets. Manchester having been led by 8 points from Tyler Baines and 8 points from Martin Edwards so far. So we don't have live stats currently, but Martin Edwards and Tyler Baines certainly doing an absolutely fantastic job rebounding, getting that ball, getting those second chances for Manchester.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, Tyler Baines, first of all, as we said, for every single fast break, he is at the other end of it. And also just clean up the glass. Yeah, I mean, Martin Edwards, he's really had the hot hand. I don't think he might just miss one or two, the odd 1 or 2, but he's pretty much sung like every shot that he's had and been available for. So, I mean, the Rockets definitely going to have to look at stepping up their defense, because there's been so many times where the Revs have had second chance points. I mean, if we had live stats, we can't tell you how many, but yeah, definitely going to have to step up their defense, because the intensity that the Revs are playing at now, especially in the defensive end, I mean, they forced at least minimum like 1 24-second violation. There's been a few times where they've forced the Rockets to shoot a shot with 1 or 2 seconds left on the clock. So yeah, they're kind of Manchester making Reading play their game at the moment, but Reading need to think about kind of taking some control of the game if they want to stay in this ball game. Because I mean, 12 points. First quarter, I mean, ages, 30 minutes to play.
Absolutely.
Such a long time. But they definitely won't let that score run up probably any more than that. But now, definitely want to look at kind of getting it to a 1-digit lead going into that second.
And without, the Rockets without Dan Smith, a big player for them. But it's always interesting as well, isn't it, to see who steps into that role in that position.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, already Barker, 6 points already in the game. So see if he can continue to score, see if anyone else can also contribute, like you said.
So it seems coming back out onto the floor for the second quarter. And it will be Reading possession to start things off. Ball's in and Tobin has it. Round to Barker. Barker, great pass to Triglia-Poulton under the basket. And Baines leads the way for Manchester back down the court. Finds Edwards under the basket. What a pass and finish there. I'm not sure quite how Edwards managed to catch that.
I know, yeah. Great pass, great finish. I mean, Martin Edwards just continuing from where he left off.
The Rockets get it over the halfway line.
Yeah, I mean, look at the defensive pressure at that point. Almost forced an 8-second violation there.
Elliott Smith looking for some help, finds it in Barker. 3 seconds on the clock. Barker fading away, fouled on the shot. So 2 more to come here from the foul line for Barker. And he's done a good job of that so far already. Just now he's going to go to the line for the second time, but he's been able to draw the foul on the shot.
Yeah, he has. I mean, obviously probably for Manchester's point of view, I mean, they did such a good job there defensively. That full court press worked really well. I think only 1 second off 8-second violation. So to put on that much pressure and then foul is really annoying. But I'd say Barker is just able to get himself in them positions, especially when he goes to shoot, he is fading away. So if the Revs defense aren't in the correct position, that he is going to be able to draw that foul.
And also Manchester there fouling with around 2 seconds on the clock, so they've done the
hard
it's tough,
bit.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So Barker goes 1 of 2 from the line. It's a 13-point Revolution lead. Edwards going to set things up here for Manchester. Baines hands back to Edwards. Bridge. Hardman, long 2, not that time.
Some great ball movement for the Revs there on that possession though.
Yeah, they're not settling for just a good look. They want to get that great look. As Tobin pressured by Hardman. Elliott Smith. Barker. Tobin from the foul line looks to answer, can't get it to go.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the first open look that the Rockets have been able to get this whole game so far.
Barker knocking the ball back into the hands of the Rockets. Tobin. Cassell's back to Tobin. Elliott Smith with time running down, doesn't get it to drop.
I wish we had the rebounding stats for Martin Hauser right now, you know.
Feels like at least 6 as foul called at the other end.
On the floor, I think. No basket.
So Manchester ball from the inland, just the first team foul on the Rockets this quarter, as Reading will have a substitution. And Dan May checking into the game alongside Sam Hill. So ball's in and Bridge has it back to Edwards. Edwards looking for that screen from Baines. Bridge finds Baines under the basket, too strong.
Yeah, that's a great look though, great pass.
And the Rockets back down the floor. Barker. Barker will get it back. And Baines secures it for Manchester. Baines to Bridge. Billy Bridge from the baseline. Foul's called. And an offensive foul called, is that?
Yeah,
holding offensive foul. So Bridge, having just played in the earlier game for the Division 1 Revolution team, playing against the Wakefield Whirlwinds today about an hour ago. So not had too much of a rest, and he's just come back out onto court. The Rockets looking to cut into this lead. Barker working against Baines. May's there. Elliott Smith sinks it. And Elliott Smith now up to 6 points personal. And we were talking about the player that might step into that position that Dan Smith leaves, but Tom Elliott-Smith averaging 6 points a game and 9 rebounds, up to 6 points personal already here for the Rockets in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, definitely he's had quite a few large impact. I mean, one of the only 2 scores for Redden at the moment, and yeah, as we speak about stepping into that role, he's definitely done that so far today. He's got plenty more time to continue to contribute as well.
11-point Revolution lead. Edwards gets the whistle. So that's going to go against the Rockets. That'll be their second team foul.
Yeah, they did such a good job at being really disciplined in that first quarter as well. But, I mean, sometimes getting those fouls isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just means that they're being more aggressive and they've not quite got that balance of being aggressive enough but not being too aggressive. So, therefore, better signs from them because the Revs did get a lot of wide open looks in that first quarter.
His first is good for Edwards. Martin Edwards, 4th in points per game last season and 6th in rebounds in the Premier Division. Doesn't get the second free throw to go. But Baines has it again. Tyler Baines cleaning up the glass. Ball's knocked. And the Rockets will need to get it over the halfway line here. Elliott Smith does. May. Barker with 6 seconds. Into May. May gets it to go. And Dan May with his first points of the game. Playing his first season for the Rockets.
Yeah, I mean, great, but look, great find from Barker there. And then, yeah, May just getting that finish. Good offense from them.
As Martin Edwards answers for the Revolution.
I mean, Martin Edwards, he cannot be slowed down at the moment.
Up to 13 points personal. Put up 19 against the Jaguars a couple of weekends ago. As Barker into Elliott Smith under the basket, gets his own rebound, blocks from behind by Hardman.
But Barker's had a few of them now. He's done a really good job at finding that open player inside or just finding that play off the cut. Some good offenses from the Rockets.
As Edwards double team, drops it inside to English, it's short. A 12-point Revolution lead. Barker has Baines on him. Elliott Smith going to the basket, but a 3-second violation goes against the Rockets. So ball's in, and we'll just have a stop on the floor. So a 12-point lead here for the Revolution. Both teams looking to get their first win of the season so far in the Premier Division. Just under 5 minutes to play here in the first half.
Timeout, Manchester.
So head coach Dan Johnson wants to talk it over with his team. They lead 27-15, and Martin Edwards on fire with 13 points personal so far, and Reece Barker leading the way for the Rockets with 7 points.
Yeah, I mean, Martin Edwards, he cannot be stopped at the moment. I really, really want to know what his field goal percentage is because it feels like he's hardly missed.
I can think of like not have missed one.
He missed one at the top in the front of the free throw line, and he missed that chuck, but that one's really counted.
Oh yeah, because that's at the end of the quarter. Yeah, it's like in the NBA they've stopped counting those ones.
Yeah,
so it doesn't affect people's stats. Yeah, if you've been watching and have been counting how many field goals Martin Edwards is making, let us know in the comments.
Please do.
But he's certainly been absolutely fantastic for Manchester, and that's, like we said before, he's such an all-round player. He can rebound, he can facilitate, and he scores. And when he does score, he makes it look so easy when he's double teamed. He's got a hand in his face. He's just such an effective, efficient scorer.
Yeah, and it literally feels like he has a double-double as well, because the amount of, as you said, rebounds, especially defensively, he's been the one picking them up.
Edwards did have a double-double against the Jaguars, 19 points, 11 rebounds and 8 assists in that game.
Well, it definitely feels like he's on course for another in this game.
So back underway here in the second quarter, 12-point lead, and Edwards misses that shot coming out of the timeout. That might have been our fault, Isha, talking about his field goals.
Literally, commentators curse. Like.
So Dan May for the Rockets. May gets it to go, and a big basket there from May. And since he's come out onto the court, a real spark off the bench for the Rockets.
Yeah, sometimes you just need that to kind of get the team going. So hopefully the Rockets might able to find some momentum here.
You see Laurie Williams onto the court for the Revolution for the first time after that timeout, as Hardman under pressure, shots in and out. And the Rockets can make this a single-digit lead. Hill back to May. Barker working against Williams. Barker with 5 seconds, long two on the baseline, and it's an 8-point game. Barker takes himself up to 9 points personal as the Revolution look to answer. Baines has space and sinks it.
Yeah, the Revs are just able to kind of keep it at that 2-digit lead at the moment, but the Rockets will definitely want to look at chipping into that and kind of being at least kind of a 1-digit between them going into that half-time.
Barker runs into traffic. Edwards with another rebound for Manchester, and great hands there from Trigliapulton, comes up with a steal for Reading, and they'll get another chance here. Elliott Smith. Barker, defended by Kavanagh. Barker with 6 seconds, May. 3 seconds, scoops it over to Elliott Smith, and will get his own rebound, but that'll be a 24-second shot clock violation. Ball needs to touch the rim. So Manchester possession here from the sideline. Ball's into Edwards. Martin Edwards has had the hot hand so far for the Revolution. As Hardman against Trigliapulton finds himself a path to the basket. And Hardman with his second basket of the game. Leads back up to 12. Elliott Smith. And Williams finds Baines for the Revolution. And Martin Edwards all alone underneath the basket.
Yeah, I mean, he is the last player that you want to leave wide open right now. Or any time, really.
Yeah, 15 points for Edwards so far. As May looks for some space, long two off the rim. And Henley Kavanagh with the rebound for Manchester. Kavanagh also having played in the Division 1 game earlier today, put up 28 points against the Whirlwinds. As Hardman lines it up and knocks it down. And Manchester really on a roll here in the second, Isha.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like they cannot miss. They went through, I mean, the Rockets did come out that timeout quite strong, scored a few. They missed, Revs did miss a few, but now it's just kind of, they're just on a hot streak, really. The momentum has definitely gone back to the Revs.
As May has Barker. Barker, not that time, but Elliott Smith will get them another chance. Edwards picks up the loose ball. Williams, Baines again. Baines racing down the court, and add 2 more for Tyler Baines in the Revolution.
Yeah, again, it's Tyler Baines at that other end of that fast break. He really just races down the court.
Barker swings it around to Elliott Smith from the foul line. That's good. And we'll have a timeout. Dan Johnson for the Revolution wants to talk it over with his team. So a 37-9, should that be 21?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait for the scoreboard in the venue to catch up, but a 37.
It is a bit of a weird scoreboard here at Bellevue.
Yeah, it is 37-21. Here in the second quarter, a 16-point Revolution lead. Martin Edwards, oh my goodness, Martin Edwards with 15 points personal, and Tyler Baines with 12. And then for the Rockets, Tom Elliott-Smith with 8 points and Reese Barker with 9.
I mean, the Rockets, they were able to chip into that lead quite a bit. They did bring it down to a single digits lead for the Revs. That makes sense? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is cold in here. We'll blame it on the cold why we can't speak. But yeah, they were able to kind of chip in. They did come out of that previous timeout quite strong. I mean, just looked much more aggressive. But again, I mean, the Revs, they just cannot be stopped. Sinking every shot that's been made available to them, really.
So teams are coming back out onto the court, and it will be Revolution ball. So ball's in, and Edwards has it. Edwards to Kavanagh, back to Edwards. 13 seconds in the quarter. Edwards on the baseline. Kavanagh going to the basket. And Henley, Kavanagh can't get the roll. 4 seconds. Rockets can put something up here if they're quick about it, but time will run out. So at the end of the first half, it's a 37-21 lead for the Revolution over the Rockets. And we just talked about it, Isha, but the Manchester scoring has been exceptional for them.
I mean, yeah, it really has. The display of like shooting at the moment, because it's not even only the layups that they're taking. There's the shots. Really, they are just sinking everything that's being made available. Even those that aren't being made available, some of these shots that they're making, I mean, they're not easy shots. They are being pretty heavily contested by the Rockets players, but yeah, they just cannot miss. But now we say that, let's hope it's a commentator's blessing instead of a curse.
And for the Rockets, they've been getting some good looks. Some of the shots, it's unfortunate not to fall. Reese Barker obviously leading the way, and we can see him there just talking to his team, kind of really leading out there on the floor. And we've seen Dan May come off the bench. He's had those 2 quick points, 4 points for Dan May, but he's made a real impact.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, as soon as he came off the bench, instant impact. We saw him a few times him trying to facilitate, but we also saw him sink a few. I mean, 4 points, only subbed in the second quarter, so yeah, pretty good, strong impact from him. And he said again, yeah, Barker, I mean, 9 points so far. He's also done a really good job of facilitating. He's just been able to find people off a court. He's been able to find some really good passes in there. So there is some good things from the Rockets, as he said, but it's been a shame that they haven't been able to get some to sink so far. So maybe in that second half we'll start to see some of them starting to drop, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so we're going to take a quick break for half time. We'll be back with you in around 8 minutes' time. Welcome back into the National Basketball Performance Centre for the second half between the Revolution and the Reading Rockets. Manchester with a 37-21 lead here in the third quarter, and it is Manchester possession to start things off. And Edwards hits, and Martin Edwards continues where he left off in the first half. Edwards with a huge first half game for the Revolution. Castles looks to answer for the Rockets and does. And a quick start for both teams here in the third quarter. 16-point Manchester lead.
Yeah, they wasted no time getting off the mark.
And blocks from behind. As ball goes out of bounds. As Edwards into Hardman. Edwards will get it back. Hardman from the foul line, not that time. As the Rockets look to cut into this deficit. Barker. Cassells. 5 seconds on the clock. Great pass inside to Martin. It's knocked away by Edwards. So 3 seconds on the clock here. Rockets will inbound. And they'll take that again. Need to give the inbounder some space.
Yeah.
So 3 seconds on the clock. Ball's into Barker. Barker, time running down. Has to put it up. Some good defense there from Manchester. But Elliott Smith chasing down the ball. Can't keep it for the Rockets, so it will be Manchester possession here. As Love into Edwards. Edwards leading all scorers with 17 points so far. Finds Hardman under the basket.
Yeah, and just like we were saying before, I mean, he's not a player who can only score. He can just do a bit of everything, just there, just facilitating that score.
Absolutely, as foul called against the Rockets, so Manchester will have it back. So second foul on Elliott Smith. First team foul for the Rockets. Rockets just on one team foul this quarter. Edwards into Jammer. Gets the ball back. Edwards, having played in Italy, also played in the Eurocup qualifiers for the Revolution last season, sinks the shot. And Martin Edwards now up to 19 points. Biggest lead of the game so far for the Revolution. Tobin swings it to Elliott Smith. Elliott Smith on the baseline, a great response there from the Rockets. Love will control things here for the Revolution. Edwards. Edwards using the screen from Pullen. Shots in and out, but Edwards chases down his own rebound and finishes on the second try. Barker. Long two's good. Barker now up to 11 for the Rockets. Edwards over to Love. Love with space at the foul line, drains it. And Robin Love gets her first basket of the game. Love with 6 points last time out against the Jaguars. Tobin round to Cassells. Barker fading away, tough shot, it's short. Edwards has it for the Revolution. Over to Jammer. Jammer has space, great screen from Hardman. Doesn't get it to fall. So Elliott Smith will get it over the halfway line for the Rockets. Barker back to Elliott Smith. Off the rim. And again, another rebound from Martin Edwards. He's definitely got a double-double by now.
100%.
Jammer and Tobin comes up with the steal, has Barker racing ahead, and Barker will take it and put it in for 2.
I think that's one of the only fast breaks that the Rockets were able to get this game, because I mean, Manchester's done a really good job at looking after that ball, not forcing any turnovers, so yeah, good job from them.
Edwards back to Love, Love at the foul line, and Robin Love with 2 baskets there, same spot, same result for Robin Love.
Yeah, that's, I mean, don't really want to leave it open anywhere, but yeah, that's not a spot you want to leave it open from, because they're just far too easy for her. You know she's going to sink them, especially if she's given that much space.
Robin Love representing Great Britain at the European Championships alongside teammates Laurie Williams and Kaylee English, bringing the silver medal back after making the final. Oh, what a pass there from the Rockets. Volleyball tips.
That is going on the highlight, almost highlight reel, that.
So Rockets possession here from the sideline. Tobin, 3's up, off the rim. Edwards will control things for Manchester. Hardman. Shot spins out. It's under 5 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Manchester have a 20-point lead. Edwards takes the steal. As Barker racing back down on defense. We'll wait for the team to get into position. Hardman. Hardman off the screen from Pullen. Bounces out. As the Rockets look to chip into this lead. Elliott Smith. Nails it! And a big shot there from Elliott Smith. Takes himself up to 12 points. So Elliott Smith and Barker both in double figures for the Rockets. Martin Edwards and Tyler Baines in double figures for the Revolution. And it's a 49-31 lead.
Yeah, it feels like that quarter's just flown by, really. I mean, the game really flowed. I mean, not too many stops in there, but yeah, both teams just kind of getting some great looks at both ends of the floor. We've seen some really good passing so far in this quarter, but really, both teams just picking up right where they left off, especially Revs. I mean, their shooting has been outstanding in this game.
It really has. It is a shame we haven't got the live stats
really
to tell you what the percentages are. But Manchester looking to bounce back from a 1-point loss to the Jaguars, and Reading a loss to the London Titans last weekend. Both teams are looking for their first win of the season so far. And still a lot of time left to play, Isha. We've got around 4 minutes left in this quarter, still 10 more minutes. If you're the Rockets, you just need to keep chipping away. But the Revolution are making it very difficult.
Yeah, they are. I mean, the defense, literally as soon as the ball was tipped, the defense, the pressure has been so intense. I mean, we said it already, but in that first half, there were so many times where they've forced the Rockets to shoot some shots right at the end of the turnover, a few 24-second violation. So many times there was almost 8-second violations. Just that pressure's been put on so much, and I'd say the Rockets kind of have to chip away. They've still got time to do that. I mean, 18 points is doable, but they're going to have to start finding some looks and find the bottom of the net.
There's pass inside to Baines. Ball goes out of bounds. Manchester will take it from the end line. So Edwards to inbound here. Finds Love. Back to Edwards. Oh, tough shot from Edwards. Doesn't matter. And he's now up to 23 points, a season high for Edwards so far.
Yeah, he has not been able to miss this game.
Sam Hill out onto the court for the Rockets, and Ella Archer getting her first minutes of the game as Barker fading away answers for the Rockets. Barker now up to 15. Love drops it to Baines. Elliott Smith picks it out of the air.
What a back type pass that.
Barker round the outside. Elliott Smith's there, 6 seconds. Hill has Bridges on her, 1 second, and that'll be a shot clock violation. So Manchester possession. And again, it's that defensive pressure from Manchester.
Just, yeah, forcing another 24-second violation there.
Williams to Edwards. Back to Williams. Williams with some space there at the foul line will pass it back. But Laurie Williams, that was a look she was getting at the European Championships. We saw that foul line shot, that mid-range shot from Laurie Williams, that she feels like she's really added to a game.
Yeah, 100%. Might see her sink a few here.
So 4.3 seconds on the shot clock. Ball's into Edwards. And a stop on the floor.
I think the call was overturned and it's black ball sideline now instead.
Okay, so Rockets possession. As Barker underneath the basket, under pressure. Tough shot there from Barker. And leads down to 16. Bridge. Hands off to Love, and Robin Love from the baseline adds in 2 more.
Another player who's not been able to miss today. I mean, well, she doesn't have as many points, and pretty much every shot she's taken she's been able to sink. She's had some great looks when she's been on.
6 points for Love. As Tobin finds Elliott Smith under the basket, leaves it short, ball's tipped. But Barker comes up with it, and Reese Barker, doesn't get the bounce, gets his own rebound. Can't get it to go. And Elliott Smith, the hustle there underneath the basket from the Rockets, rewarded with 2 points.
Yeah, they deserve those 2 points.
Edwards finds Bridge under the basket. Bridge spins and puts it in.
Yeah, nice find, nice call. Another great offense from the Revs. The ball movements are really good, and again, we've said it so many times today, but Martin Edwards, not only can he score 23 points, he's also able to facilitate just a nice little pass inside there.
So final minute of the 3rd quarter. Barker against Baines. Elliott Smith, what a pass. Hill doesn't get it to go under the basket. As Edwards finds himself alone under the hoop and gets the roll. And Edwards now up to 25 points so far, leading all scorers, and puts the Revolution lead back up to 20. Tobin. Tobin on the baseline, long 2, not that time. 5 seconds. Bridge Hands off to Edwards. Edwards, long three. And it'll be off the rim. But at the end of the third quarter, it's a 20-point lead for the Revolution, 57-37 over the Rockets.
Yeah, I mean, great start second half from them. Literally continued exactly where they left off. I mean, they sunk so many shots. Been some really good offenses, but from the Rockets, they've also had some good offenses. But I mean, that last possession there from them has kind of been their tail of the game. They've had some really good offenses. They move the ball around well, but just not being able to finish, which is annoying when you have got them, when you have been able to find them shots. But it's good that they are getting them shots in opposed to just not finding anything. The shots will eventually start to drop. So
it's like you do all the hard work to get into position and to do it, and then it's just it's just not your day, or the shot spins out. So it's unlucky. But like you say, that's something that will come, and we're still relatively early on in the season. We are looking towards the Christmas break, so the first half of the season. But Reading having played 4 games so far, Manchester playing in their second game so far, and there have been some changes to the Rockets team. So some players playing in their first season, so there will be time to kind of gel and to get into a rhythm. Yeah,
definitely, and just the fact that there has been these new additions to the team, and they're still able to find some really good shots, move the ball around well. It's a really positive sign. So yeah, I mean, 20 points, it is a tall hill to climb, that, but strange things have happened.
So it was a 20-16 run for Manchester in that quarter. Manchester putting up 22 points in the first quarter, and the Rockets' highest scoring quarter of the game so far. So a real positive from them there in the third, even though the scoreline might not quite reflect that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, learning from every quarter.
So 10 more minutes to go. As we're back underway here in the fourth quarter, it is Rockets ball. Reading with some work to do here in the fourth. Barker, 17 points for the Rockets, finds May. Castle's long two, won't go, and Baines picks up the rebound. Tyler Baines in his second season for the Revolution, previously playing for the Sheffield Steelers. As Edwards has Hardman. Hardman under pressure, gets it to go. And Hardman now into double figures for Manchester. Elliott Smith against Kavanagh. Great defense there from Kavanagh. As Barker fading away on the baseline. And it's Baines for the Revolution. Edwards. And blocked by Elliott Smith. Tom Elliott Smith with a huge block there underneath the basket.
Yeah, just I was about to say, great play, great ball move. That big block there from Elliott Smith. Just forcing the Revs to reset their offense.
Jammer to Edwards, 7 seconds on the clock, back to Jammer. Pass is knocked away, May has it. And Elliott Smith racing down the floor for the Rockets. Barker, hand off to Loughlin underneath the basket, and fouls called on the shot. So Jade Loughlin going to go to the foul line here for the Rockets. A chance to get herself on the scoreboard. Jade Loughlin, one of the returning players for Reading this season. Represented Wales at the Celtic Cup earlier this year. Oh, no, she didn't. Apologies. Playing for the Worcester Wolves in the Women's Premier League last season. In the third and fourth place game against the Mohawks, had a triple-double, 13 points, 10 rebounds and 14 assists. Also played for the Rockets at the Eurocup qualification tournament last year. As doesn't get a second. It's a Revolution ball. Jammer Jammer has space, banks it in. And Manchester stretching out the lead here in the fourth quarter. May to Barker. Barker runs into traffic, passes back out to May. 6 seconds. Barker under pressure from Edwards, off the rim. Ball's tipped, and a foul called on the floor. So goes against the Rockets. That's foul number 3 on Elliott Smith. As Baines will take it from the sideline for Manchester. Kavanagh. Edwards, Martin Edwards leading all scorers with 25 points. Has Kavanagh. Kavanagh going inside, gets the roll. And Kavanagh gets his first basket of the game for Manchester. So Rockets possession here. May round the outside. 7 seconds. Barker, tough shot on the baseline. Ball's tipped. Another chance here from Elliott Smith. Can't get it to go at the buzzer.
Looked good for a minute though.
Baines passes back to Edwards. Hardman. Oh, great shot there from Hardman. Up to 12, and again stretches out this Manchester lead.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the kind of points distribution, not that they have live stats to look at, but if you look at the points distribution on this Manchester side, that's about 6 or 7 people who contribute to scoring. It just really goes to show the depth of their squad, because they've been able to rotate the whole game, and no matter who comes on, they're able to be a threat.
Absolutely, and Manchester having kept the core of the team that won the Premier Division League last season. Finished in 3rd place at the National Championships, but they've kept that core together, and they've added in Elliot Hardman, Cal Doherty back with the team. So, you know, they're players that have played together for a long time, know each other really well, and they show, you know, how successful they are on court.
Yeah, definitely. And not only is that success on offense, also how high the intensity is on defense as well.
Yeah, they're certainly a team that really pride themselves on the defensive pressure that they put on and make it really difficult for teams to score. Tobin over to Loughlin. Back to Tobin. Ball's knocked away by Kavanagh, and Manchester have it, and once again it's Tyler Baines racing down the court, puts it in off the glass. And Isha, whilst it's a shame we've not got live stats for the fast break points, we want the Tyler Baines column for fast break points.
Yeah, FIBA, if you're listening.
May looking to answer. Not that time, as Kavanagh takes the rebound. Hardman bullet pass inside to Baines under the basket.
Yeah, what pass that was. I mean, we've seen some really good passes here today, Kaz.
We have.
From both sides. Teams really playing really unselfish basketball.
May off the back iron, Kavanagh takes the rebound. And Baines again. Baines under the basket, right place, right time. And Tyler Baines up to 14 points, but again, he's always in the right position.
Yeah, 18 points, Kaz.
18, sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, it's just because he's able to get up the floor so quick. He's able to get up before the defense even sets up most of the time. So we're able to just hold his position there.
And his teammates know he's going to be there, don't they? Like it's almost like they can just catch and launch the basket as May, a high arcing shot. And another big shot from May. He really has been a spark off the bench for the Rockets as Jammer answers with 2 more for the Revolution.
Yeah, sometimes you just need that that player coming off the bench who's going to bring that energy, who's going to get them fast ones. Because, I say, his impact off the bench today has been amazing.
And 6 points in the game, but it's not just the score sheet, it's that work he's been doing off the ball, setting those screens, getting his teammates into position.
Yeah, exactly.
So a timeout called here in the 4th quarter. 75-39 Manchester Revolution lead over the Reading Rockets. Leading the way is Martin Edwards with 25 points. Tyler Baines with those 18 points. Should we give him 8 fast break points? Or do you think it's more than that?
You know what? Potentially more. I say maybe 10.
10. Okay, we'll give him 10.
Yeah.
And Elliot Hardman on 12 points for the Revolution. And for the Rockets, it's been Reese Barker at 17 points, and then Tom Elliott-Smith with 14, and Dan May adding in 6 points off the bench. And for the Revolution, so they put up 66 points against the Jaguars. Isha, we've still got over 4 minutes to go here in the 4th, and they're up to 75 already. So, and we know they're a team that like to score and are a high-scoring team, but that's going to be this is a huge number so far.
Yeah, it is. I mean, 75 points, but the display and the shots that they've been able to take, the shots that they've sunk today. I mean, if you watch the game, you'd expect them to be on this or probably more, because they just have not been able to miss.
So back underway here as Barker gets the ball under the hoop. That's a really difficult shot from Barker. And what a pass zone finish. So Barker now up to 19 points as Baines has Jammer. Swings it round to Edwards. Doherty with the short shot. Doesn't go. And last touch, Rockets, so it'll be Revolution ball. Edwards looks to get it in, has Doherty. And Edwards connects on another. 27 points for Martin Edwards.
Yeah, I mean, he's heading towards the 30-piece there. Definitely has 10 rebounds. I wonder how many assists, because to be fair, as we said many times today, he can't just score, he can do everything. We've had loads of passes today where led to a teammate scoring.
He's a real triple-double threat every time he's out on the court, as Jammer takes it all the way, doesn't go. And Elliott-Smith back down the floor for the Rockets. Hands over to Tobin. Tobin, long 2, not that time. And Jammer going to take it to the basket. Doesn't drop, we've got a foul called. And a foul's going to be on the shot, so 2 free throws here for the Revolution. And it will be Abdi Jammer at the line for Manchester. As we have a substitution. Laurie Williams checking into the game. Abdi Jammer also out playing at the European Championships for Great Britain in October, bringing home the silver medal. Hits the first. Jammer, a 5-time Paralympian, winning silver at Paris in the Paralympics, has 3 bronze medals. He's such an experienced player out there, and for younger players on the team, Isha, to be able to learn from someone like him is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, because that experience is like invaluable, and there's just so many different things like on the court, off the court, that you can kind of learn and just kind of feed off that energy as well. Because in basketball, people when you're playing against competition, you don't stoop down to their level. You make them raise up to your level. So,
and playing against like top competition, it makes you better, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, you can only get better if you play against good players, really. So
5 seconds on the clock here, and that'll be a foul against the Revolution. It's the second team foul on Manchester this quarter. Both teams on 2 team fouls, so it will be Rockets to inbound.
Yeah, I mean, the Revs have only had 5 fouls this whole game, which, considering the intensity that they've had on defense and how up in the face they've kind of been. It really shows the discipline.
Elliott Smith to Barker. Barker, not that time. Edwards back down the floor for the Revolution. Hardman. Edwards hits. And Martin Edwards just continues to pour in the points for the Revolution. 29 points personal. Takes the Revolution up to 80 here. And Barker can't answer. Ball's intercepted. The Rockets have it. Final 90 seconds of the game. May lines up a 2. It's off. And Doherty looking up ahead. Well, what a pass over to Hardman. Just a bit too strong. So Reading get it back.
Yeah, right idea though.
May going to set things up here for the Rockets. Barker. Back to May. Elliott Smith. May with 6 seconds. Elliott Smith using a screen from Tobin. Too strong, but a foul called. And foul will be on the shot. So 2 free throws for the Rockets. Fouls.
Commentator's curse, just as we were saying, the fouls.
So fouls on Doherty, his first for the Revolution. And it will be Elliott Smith. Elliott Smith, having previously played in Germany and in Spain, gets the first to drop. Head coach of the Cardiff Met Archers team, as well as being head coach of the D2 Rockets. And when you're a team and you have a player that coaches as well out on the floor, that's a real benefit, isn't it? You've got your coach on the sidelines helping you, but when you've got someone with that kind of coaching mindset, really valuable.
Yeah, definitely, because I mean that sort of coaching mindset, it is different to a player's mindset. I mean, there's a lot of like applicable things from both where you can apply to both situations, but sometimes some things just need a coach's perspective on how it works, game situations, things like that. So great thing to have on the court.
So a timeout called here, an 80-43 lead for the Revolution over the Rockets. The Rockets having just almost hit their average, averaging 43.7 points per game so far. I mean, they've been consistent through the season. And for Manchester, put up 66 points against the Jaguars, up to 80 so far. And Manchester played in their second game of the season, the Rockets in their 5th. And after today's game, Manchester will be playing the Sheffield Steelers on December the 7th. That'll be away in Sheffield before facing the London Titans away on December the 21st before the Christmas break. And Reading will be playing Sheffield on the 21st of December. That'll be at home in Reading. And you can catch the rematch of this game on January the 10th there at the National Basketball Performance Centre. So teams coming back out onto the floor. Just under a minute to play here in the 4th quarter. It is Manchester ball. Edwards. Down to Doherty. Edwards will get it back. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Edwards needs to put something up. Has Martin on him. And another huge shot from Martin Edwards. He has got 31 in today's game. As the Rockets look to get it over the halfway line. Elliott Smith. Over to Barker. Barker double teamed. Pass is knocked loose. Martin Edwards has it. Shot clock's off. 15 seconds to go. Edwards. Into Baines. Intercepted by Tobin. Martin Back to Tobin. 5 seconds, fouls called. So that'll give the Rockets chance to reset from the sideline. And we'll have a timeout called by Manchester. So 5.1 seconds on the clock here. And the Rockets will have time to draw something up. And for Manchester, obviously Manchester taking that timeout, Isha, they're going to want to draw up something defensive here to stop the shot.
Is it not shots? Is it shots for the Rockets?
It's just the 4th foul.
Oh, it's not.
It
Sorry,
wasn't
it's not
on there.
shots. It's not shots. Yeah, it's because the table over there, they had the 4 on. But it's, Holly Bryant's just taking it off. So.
Holly's just waiting. She's just waiting. So yeah, it should be sideline possession for the Rockets.
Yeah, as I said, chance for them to draw something up. Let's see. They can get one last score.
So May will take it from the sideline here. Ball's into Tobin. 2 seconds, Tobin from deep. Won't go, and that'll do it. Manchester Revolution get their first win of the season in the Premier Division, 82-43 over the Reading Rockets. They were led by a huge game from Martin Edwards, 31 points. We don't know how many rebounds, but it was a lot.
We don't know how many assists, but it was probably
15, we think. Tyler Baines, 18 points. And then Elliot Hardman with 12 points. But Tyler Baines, we talked about it before, Isha, but he's so quick, so effective at getting down the court and staying in position on that fast break. Just did an absolutely brilliant job today.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, just able to race up the floor. He's always in the correct position. Like, he's not just going up the floor and just being in the wrong place. He's always in the correct place, always in a good spot for his teammates to pass him the ball. And yeah, just those scores and fast break scores, they're the nice quick ones that are really nice to add on to scoring. So yeah, great job from him.
And Martin Edwards doing what Martin Edwards does best, everything. So 31 points for Edwards, and that's a huge amount of scoring there from Edwards. But that's what we sort of expect from him. He does score so much, and he's so effective in it that's a standard Martin Edwards game.
Yeah, it really is. And then it's not like he's just dominated the scoring for the Revs and kind of taken, because sometimes I feel like sometimes that can happen where a player might go and dominate the whole scoring. It kind of takes away the scoring from other places because they've still played such good team basketball. I mean, every time he had the ball in his hands, he was looking for the best shot for his team. There's so many times where he probably could have taken more shots where he's passed it off to get a better shot. And I mean, yeah, as we said before, there's about like 6 or 7 players on that Revs team, maybe even 8. Is it 8? No, it's 7. Who've scored and contributed to scoring. So it just goes to show the depth of that team, and that even when someone's subbed off, there's just an even better player coming in. So
Revolution going to be very pleased with that bounce back win after that loss against the Jaguars. So that moves them to 1-1 in the Premier Division. And for the Rockets, a big game from Reece Barker, 19 points personal. Tom Elliott-Smith with 16 points. And then Dan May off the bench had those 6 points. May, that real spark of energy. But Barker, again, an out-and-out scorer for the Rockets.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, 19 points, but then similar to Martin Edwards, I mean, we saw him so many times this game looking for that extra pass as well. But yeah, 19 points, really good to contribute for that Rocket scoring. Good game from him.
So Manchester go again against the Sheffield Steelers on December the 7th in Sheffield. Reading will play Sheffield on the 21st of December at home in Reading. So the final score from here in Manchester, the Revolution 82, the Reading Rockets 43. From myself, Kaz Bullock, and from Isha Nair, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.